without being too malicious. What made you unfollow a sub you used to enjoy? r/trashy, because the mods will remove someone's post and then repost it to re-ep karma points. They will delete comments pointing this out too. r/shower thoughts. Everything I tried to post got removed for being an original. Yet the posts that made it to the top were usually reworded versions of previous shower thoughts. Weird opaque mod rules. At least AskReddit tells you why a post was removed. Many places are weirdly opaque and kinda dickish about it. I'm tempted to leave r/AskReddit if I see any more your username as your posts. Dank memes when it was the same Facebook level meme over and over and over and over and over again. Got a few. r/personal finance. My wife and I used to be interested in it. Still use a lot of tips we learned. But it is just a circular jerk of owners and contrarians. r/choosing beggars. Used to be funny messages from prospective buyers. Now it is just contrived sagas meant to poke at every Redditor or Morty or no to get as much karma as possible. Podcast subs get bad too. People have to have some kind of conspiracy to invest all their time into. r/that is beautiful because I don't care about people's job searches and Tinder matches. r/Bonipal tier I joined because the popular ones are truly fantastic. But too many of them were just dumb. And many of them read like simple autocorrect outputs. /r/net interesting things got way too interesting in that sub. And people kind of started missing the point of the whole thing. r/unpopular opinion I got downvoted for giving an unpopular opinion. It was not even about a controversial topic. Just about food. Yet most opinions in the top page are actually popular opinions. Also most fandom subreddits are full of people hating on the show /book /movie /game that they claim to be fan of. Most subs eventually become repetitive and dumb the longer you stay. I once caught a relatively new subreddit that was supposed to be an experiment about evolution. The premise was at the very start, any type of content could be posted, barring things flat out illegal. And then once a week the user base would vote on something to ban. The idea being to see in the long term how the subreddit might look with the user base constantly whittling down what could and couldn't be posted. As I recall, a couple of the first things to be banned were My Little Pony and anything to do with Nazis. But as more people heard about this and joined, things went downhill fast. What ended up happening was a big wave of lol random users coming in and voting up rule ideas that had little to do with curating what content could be posted. Things like all discussions and arguments must be typed in all caps, or requiring the mods to write a haiku about the weather every day. These people just wanted the sub to be as wacky and as random as possible with little care for the intended purpose. And after spending quite some time pushing back against it, I just flat out quit the sub for the sake of my own sanity. r/amethysol. People have the most extreme reactions for every post. It's always divorce and break off from your family, it's just over the top BS. When I started eating vegan I followed a lot of vegan food /recipe subs because I'm terrible at figuring out what to cook by myself. It was helpful in meal planning. But then one sub somehow decided that any form of oil, while vegan, was bad. They'd all collectively bash anyone who dared post a recipe using oil, and eventually added a rule that this is an oil-free sub. It was pretty bizarre, and they were needlessly aggressive towards anyone who dared ask why. I got out of the Rick and Morty subreddit right around when the Secho and Sauce ordeal was in its height. Scary times. Seeing a pic of donuts reach the top of /r/pics because of the title of the pic. Most of the subs I've stopped frequenting have either been due to moderators being dicks, r/if Michest is a very good example of this, or due to the subreddit's community becoming increasingly hostile and toxic. I'm a Star Wars fan, but I do not enjoy discussing it with other Star Wars fans. Ray said narcissists. I felt I had found my people. But after seeing just how many shit parents existed, I began to get depressed from that knowledge and had to unfollow to preserve my sanity. Unpopular opinion. For obvious reasons. Random _acts_of_ pizza on mobile. Sorry, I thought it was neat. Donated 2x. Only to have one of them DM me multiple times for more. And random DMs begging. I liked it to try and pay it FWDECT. People being people can really ruin good things. About maybe 4 years ago, r/public freakout was a gold mine of hilarious videos. Pretty self-explanatory, but the idea was to post videos of people doing crazy things in public. Some of the top all-time posts were so funny in really unexpected ways. Now it has developed into only posts about fighting, controversial political issues, race conflict, or some combination of the three. The top all-time posts right now are pretty much all from within the last year, which is odd, since the sub has had decent traffic for a while. I wanted to link some of my old favorite posts and I could not even find them after scrolling forever. I stopped following any food or cooking subs. A bit too much elitism and gatekeeping for me. As a former chef, I am more interested in new ideas and innovation. People on here seem to gravitate to one way of doing things and then defend it to the death. Not very fun, interesting or productive in my opinion. The cozy places in r/cozy places were not cozy enough. r/tankmums. I got out because Keanu Reeves wholesome 100 Minecraft good. Fortnite bad. Everybody liked that. I got sick of r/relationship this because it is half made up stories and half situations where commenters are just people, teens, fishing for upvotes and saying break up without ever addressing the nuances that make up actual adult relationships. Sub which shall remain nameless. The moderators put up a sticky post about some proposed rule changes and asked for feedback. I politely said that some of those rules could cause issues down the road as they encouraged over moderation, which in turn kills a lot of small to mid-sized subs. Apparently I needed to be called a twat by half of the mod team for that. r/confession. Made a confession about my treatment of the church crowd at the restaurant I work at. Got 5k upvotes and then it got removed because I didn't show remorse for my actions. I didn't, and there have been so many big posts on there where the people literally say they feel no remorse and they aren't removed. Pretty sure the mod or mods just didn't agree with my ideology about rude customers and removed it out of bias. r/intim. It started out as a solid resource on which companies were pyramid schemes and had some thoughtful analysis mixed in with stories and testimonials with the occasional shitpost. It quickly devolved to circle jerking and making fun of MLM huns with no meaningful discussion about it. Obnoxious karma limits just to post. I started a new account when I started my life over, and it's sad how differently you're treated with a newer account / less karma, and that some of my favorite subs are close to me. I quit r/Tifu when it became obvious that maybe half the stories at best actually happened. Some days it feels like the vast majority is pure fantasy. I'm close to leaving r/choosing beggars for the same reason. r/casual conversation. No hate. It was just really boring. Insane Parents sub has a few actually insane parents, but most parents there only did something mildly wrong or awkward. The sub is basically for angsty teens who think they have the worst parents. r/explain Lakeem 5. The mods just go crazy on that subreddit, deleting entire threads because one comment was an anecdote. A little ridiculous in my eyes. I do not get why they ban anecdotes. If you are trying to explain something to a 5-year-old, that would probably be a pretty good place to start. It's a private sub for users with 100k in comment, all in karma, not both added together. I haven't unsubscribed, but only check it out every couple of months or so. I find it to be run by cliques who like to brag about big karma scores, make fun of plebs, call leaving their warm and cuddly sub going into the wild. The old timers are a tight group who get involved in each other's lives. There's always a fight going on here and there as well. One day a week they show selfies. Some rarely leave the site and are satisfied with the bevy of courtesy upvotes they can add to their millions. Many power users love it there. For me personally, it's just not my cup of tea, but I understand why others like the camaraderie. Seriously, please like and subscribe and comment something nice for your favorite Reddit slave. r/unpopular opinion is popular opinions. r/amethyst is people looking for validation. Unsubbed from r/casual conversation because the mods took down my first post there. Just wanted to share something finally wholesome happening to me. and talk to others with a similar experience. Apparently they thought, because I mentioned that one of the people involved is a content creator, it's advertisement. I had to mention that fact because it's a relevant part of the story. r/just low boy. Half the stories are obvious fakes, and there's a rule where you have to be supportive of the opus. No reality checks or devil's advocate allowed. Too many of them hate their mills because of petty shit. She bought my baby a Onishi that says I love grandma. The horror. Lots of them live with their in-laws. They can't afford to move out, but hate following house rules, and some are popping out kids when they can't afford to move out. But you can only reply if you pucker up and kiss up sass. It's toxic. /r/photography. Someone posted really unique work by a photographer and all the comments were bashing her because of her comments or attitude. I commented something about liking the photos regardless of the drama and everyone starts bashing me. Okay, have mind. Bye. r/memes or r/tankmemes. Eventually you realize it's either Keanu Reeves, a joke that's been done 1000 times before, or a repost that you've seen plenty of times already. Edit, added r/dankmemes, since it's the same. /r/books. It got so pretentious it was unbelievable. Seriously, it's possible just to enjoy a story without screaming the place down over some very minor point. Boo Too Big. When the original Boo Too Big meme got popular, I was laughing all day. I remember my friends and I went out to get ice cream after I had had a tough month, and we kept saying "Ari Boo Too Big" over and cracking up. Now the sub doesn't even follow the pattern, and even the ones I kind of like are not anything like the original. It isn't at the sub's fault. It just had big shoes to fill. r/reading prompts, because it was repetitive and too many prompts were just cool story ideas that were basically plot outlines instead of jumping off points. r/not like a third-year-olds. It basically just made fun of 14-year-old girls liking perfectly normal and enjoyable things, and it was just full of hate and reposts. /r/askmen and /r/askwomen. Both pretty popular subs with over 1 million members. Self-post only, which are some of my favorites. I like hearing other perspectives. Seems great. And they are interesting to have in your feed for a few months for sure. You can definitely learn some things at first, but then you learn where both subs land on every issue that comes up and it just becomes boring. It doesn't take long to get to the point where you can read any question in that sub and predict what the top 34 comments will say, and it's often problematic, and they're not open to other opinions, and you can get downvoted hard for sharing real experiences that don't mesh with the worldview of the sub.